Well, welcome back to Enrich Your Life and Finances. What a laugh. I do have to try and get it to fall in this little crack between the houses. And there's that limb on this tree. I don't know why I can't see it. You know, it's got to go between the houses, and look at that way that thing is leaning. Yeah. Yeah. Courage. I've thought about it. That's been some of my delay, but there's been other stuff going on. Well, guys, I've tied this rope on, and yeah, it goes all the way up there, comes down to the trailer hitch. I'm willing to risk the old ladder because it's a little beyond the fence line, and I'm going to try and use the ladder to let it slide down. I don't know, man. That's a big babe. Sorry about all the jiggling, guys. Well, I forgot to film it, but I went up there and cut that smile, and so now I'll go set up and I'll go cut the back side. Well, maybe somebody pulls with the truck. So, okay, I'm pretty nervous. I'm on the bad side of the lean, and I'm getting ready to make a cut. So I have a friend in my truck ready to pull if I have to. And of course I'm trying to situate myself, because in order to use two hands on a saw up that high, I gotta tie myself off to that tree. So right there I feel the saw bind, which means the tree's leaning towards me and I'm tying off to that tree. And I get the saw out, checking it for how close I am, and I'm like going, oh, holy smoke, I'm pretty deep. And then I gotta lower the saw down. And at this point, this gentleman walks up and starts tugging on the rope. Oh my goodness. I was scared to death. And then tells him, take up some slack. Ah, pretty terrible. So I was glad I got untied and got off the rope. Thank goodness. Thank God. Yeah, my heart's pounding. I was glad I got down off the back of that tree, and now I'm gonna yank it and hope to God it comes over. And he asked if I have a safety rope. I got 3 of them. Well, that tree managed to jump 42 inches. I'm hoping I can fix this. Boy, I was nervous. Boy, I was nervous. My heart was pounding. I was just doing that to try and slow my heart rate. Yeah, that was a hell of an adventure. Thank God my woman loves me. It was quoted $3 grand a tree. Don't be fooled. That tree's leaning 22 degrees the wrong way. Yeah. Maybe more. I don't know. I don't know. Whoops. That's a terrible lean in the other guy's yarn. And I had to get it to jump. I don't know. I was going to measure it. Well, I just thought I'd try and explain to you that I knew all this going in. At its widest point, the wood holding up that tree was 2 inches wide. And it tapers down to damn near nothing. And then on this edge, I don't know. I got 1.5 inches here. And 1 inch there. I don't know. I measure 11 inches. It's kind of hard. I'm standing up here on this ladder. 11 inches. So we'll figure out the cubic inches holding it up. Well, I call it shade tree engineering because most of my engineering is guesstimates. I'm old enough to say that I didn't get out my slide rule. However, then we'll get into discussing what engineering means, because if you Google it, engineer, some guy with motors, and then you've got, but I say engineering is problem solving. And so chemical engineers solve chemical problems. Mechanical engineers solve mechanical problems. Construction engineers solve construction problems. Civil engineers solve, urban problems. And of course, while I'm up there hanging onto a tree, I said cubic inches, but it's 11. It comes out to 16 and a half square inches. I love correcting my mistakes too, especially when speaking with y'all. Next, I got a plumb bob on this thing, and I had to jump 42 inches. It's really hard hanging onto this ladder, but I hope you can see this because I'm looking at fighting the sun. 42 inches. That's damn near 4 feet to get that log over this fence, and I missed by 1.5 inches. Well, you think about that, and I had to get it to jump 42 inches in 7 feet. It's 54 inches to the top of the white fence, and I missed by the width of this bar. I caught that bar on this chain link that was here. I thought I did pretty good. I gotta replace the little chain link bar. Yeehaw. Now, you may not have thought that I'm using climber's rope, and it stretches like a rubber band, but I also had it secured with this itty bitty 1/4 inch cable, and I was hoping that even metal stretches a little bit, but somehow I had to get it to move 42 inches and 7 feet against gravity, which is pulling 32 feet per second. That's a heck of an angle. I was so glad that it cleared the wood fence. Right, Freckles? You were cheering me on. Well, I don't believe this is Freckles. This is BB. Look at that copper on her neck. Here I thought it was Freckles. But BB's come to visit me for Baby Bunny. It was one of my little girls. But my real girls are my wife and my daughter. And so I'm married with children, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm some sort of whatever you might think. BB is 1 litter in front of Pee-wee. And when I was weeding the south side of the house, I found her as a baby. And I was all worried that I ruined her habitat, so I was going to try and give her a break, domesticate her. But she busted out and went on the real adventure. But she was much healthier than Pee-wee was when I picked her up as a runt. Right there at the base of the tree, Mama had shunned her from the birthing nest, which is still here. How deep's the rabbit hole? I should get my ruler. The real question might be, how many things have you been told that may actually not be accurate because there has not been some 65-year-old guy that just happens to be studying rabbits at the moment because he was gifted by God. Yeah, there he is, God of nature, with an animal and my circumstances. Well, this is where Pee-wee was born, It's only 6 inches. So how deep is a rabbit hole? Yeah, I tell you, that's the bottom of it. Solid as a rock. 6 inches. Right, BB? And for you men and women, I was gifted with 3 American cottontails that come to my yard every now and then. And this one I saved because its mother kicked it out of the nest and was going to let it die. And so when I talk about my 3 girls, I have 2, my wife and my daughter. And so please don't be offended by, me using a rabbit as a sidekick. Or there's no real. She's so comfortable right there, she's not even hardly moving. If you look real close, you can see her breathing, Come on, baby. Oh, sweetie. And so I talk to my rabbits, Hello, baby doll. You're such a cool girl. Yeah, you're a cool girl. Oh. She still has that instinct. She won't let me get any closer than 2 inches.